everyone, and welcome to week 4, lesson 4, Tarot's Beginner's Journey. We are now in the final stretch of the 4-week course. This is the journey complete. So congratulations to everyone who has followed each lesson, and thank you those to particular the ones that have emailed me or have commented on the lessons as well with your homework assignments or wanting to share your spreads that you've done on your own. I really appreciate that, and it's been a lot of fun for me as well. So in the final week, for the final lesson of the free tarot beginners course, I'm not going to really discuss too much anymore about the cards themselves. I'm going to give a little bit of insight into how I perform readings, as well as some helpful hints and also some helpful reminders. Now, I do want you to continue to go back if you want to finish watching the videos at your leisure whenever you feel the need to recap or rewatch or take notes, and to just remember to have fun, because learning the tarot really is a lifelong journey. It's something that cannot be completely understood in a matter of 4 weeks. I wanted to offer a free lesson to those that are interested, who really wanted to kind of get in touch with their cards, learn more about the cards themselves. And I hope that reaching out to you, my intention was to help you fulfill that need. So I do hope that it was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed each lesson, and I hope that it was rewarding, because it was very rewarding for me. So I do want to thank everyone that did tune in and watch the videos. Now for this week, I want to give a little bit of my own personal experiences and insight into reading the cards, not only personally but professionally, especially for the ones that are watching that perhaps want to do this professionally on the side as a business or to make money. It took me a long time to make money from reading the cards, because I never charged money. I only read specifically for friends, for the ones that were interested or intrigued by the tarot itself, and I never charged a fee for years and years and years. And I had a friend who had their own esoteric or magical or occult shop many years ago, who did readings in her shop. And she charged a modest price for her readings, but she would have readings done at her shop for local residents or tourists, because it's a tourist town, who came in for readings. And I was not there yet. I wasn't confident enough. I didn't feel that I didn't feel very confident sometimes even performing them for my friends, even though they're like, oh my gosh, how do you know this? And you're so good. And it took me many, many years to believe that I was good or had a gift. And wouldn't you know it, before I would charge anybody, I burst onto the scene online, which took me around the world, and started gaining followers, of course, on YouTube, and created a website and have hits from all over the world every day. And it still amazes me, because I'm a small town girl, and I just can't imagine that someone all the way in the far corners of the world are checking me out, little small town girl here. So it just kind of boggles my mind sometimes. But the thing of it is, if you want to charge for readings, once you feel confident enough, you need to go with your gut instinct in terms of how much you think you should charge. I always investigate and do research, especially when I was charging readings in the beginning of starting my business, and I was very modest about what I should charge. I wasn't sure what I should be charging, and so I did a little research and compared prices with other readers or other psychic tarot readers, and I was amazed by each time I raised my prices. Each time someone bought a reading, I would raise my prices again. A couple months later, people would still buy my readings. I kept raising my prices. People would buy the readings. And it wasn't because I wanted the money. Yes, it's nice to make the money part-time. I wish I could do this full time. Some readers do, which is amazing, but maybe one day I can. But the possibilities of really generating an income from this part-time are very possible. Full-time, I don't know what or how or what it takes really to launch a full-time successful tarot business, because there's so many of us. It's very competitive. I've discovered that especially on YouTube, there are hundreds of readers. There are new ones that are coming out every week. Each one is different. Each one is formulated for a particular audience. And you really need to know your market, who you're serving, the people that you're attracting, plus your market value in terms of your customers' needs. It's very important not to get too greedy and over the top and start charging a couple $100s per hour. My prices meet the expectations of the work that I do. I take my work very seriously. I prepare. There's nothing about my work that you would find anywhere else. I feel that I'm very authentic in my readings, as I'm sure many other readers have their own niche in the style of reading. My style of reading is a little bit different from other readers. I've been told that. It's just my style. You yourself will find your own style. You yourself will cultivate and discover your own style of reading. There's not a one set formula or standard of how to perform tarot readings, whether it's for yourself personally or for other people. Whether you should charge readings or whether you shouldn't, that's clearly in your hands. It's clearly up to you. And because I've been doing this a long time, I matched my worth in terms of how many years I've been doing this. And I feel confident enough to deliver a very comprehensive and a very well understood reading, and to make sure that I'm matched up with the people that I read for. If I don't feel a connection with someone, I won't read for them. If I feel negativity up front, I've blogged about this on my website. If there's impatience or negativity of any kind, I won't read for these certain types of people. If they're asking me crazy questions that I just can't answer, I won't read for them. So I'm not out to make money. I'm out to provide a service for someone who has a need. And tarot reading, I've discovered, whether it's for yourself or for other people, is a very intimate experience. You probably have discovered this as well, doing readings for yourself. It's a very intimate experience. It's a conversation that you're having. It's almost like sitting in front of a therapist or a psychologist and telling them your deepest, darkest secrets. There's much confidentiality that goes in this type of work, which I take very serious. And there's much that is left up to the reader. You have much responsibility in terms of listening, communicating, and delivering. And people are paying good money for answers. People are paying good money to help you help themselves reach a conclusion, a decision. So it's not all about fortune telling per se or prediction. That's a great misconception about the tarot. It's a real psychological tool, and it's very much a spiritual tool as well. And if you do read many books about the tarot, many books say it's not a great idea to read for yourself because your emotions can overplay the cards or you'll get confused. I don't necessarily agree with that. I really learned how to read the cards by reading for myself. And it's something that is not to dismiss. It's a great way to get to understand yourself better. It's a great way to learn more about yourself. And it's also very fun to possibly predict outcomes of things and see them happen. So there's something very mysterious and magical about doing it for yourself that I wouldn't ever tell anyone not to. That's why I did this course, because everyone is capable of reading the tarot for themselves or training themselves to learn something. It's no different from taking an educational course on learning how to macrame. I mean, or taking a pottery course, you're taking a tarot course. It's exactly the same thing. You're learning something and you're educating yourself as well. So the intentions are, learning the tarot is a very good tool to help guide you through life's expectations, experiences, and outcomes. And it's been a wonderful tool for me to better understand myself all these years. So with the tarot as your guide, it's something that maybe perhaps for those that are really interested in becoming very experienced tarot readers or wanting to become more confident, you may find yourself reading more now for your friends. You may feel more confident to read for family. I've never read for my family, only because it's family and I don't want to get any weird cards play out like, oh, gee, Dad, I didn't know you had a gambling problem. Not that my father does, but anyway, so you know what I mean. It's easier to read for friends or for people that you've never met. But the beautiful thing is the relationships that form when reading for people or clients. The relationships I've discovered that I have formed with my clients has been repeated clients, repeated customers, repeated readings with the same person. And it's a beautiful relationship. They rely on you. They come back to you. You form this interaction that I've never experienced doing anything in my life in terms of that intimate relationship. The ball's in your hands, the crystal ball. The ball's in your hands, and there's much respect and admiration that people may have for the gift that you have or for what you do, but at the same time, I have much respect and admiration for the ones that keep coming back for readings. It's pretty amazing. And I feel that in doing so, the tarot has really allowed me to live a more authentic life. I used to hide the fact that I read the tarot because I live in the Bible Belt, a very conservative place where I live. There are psychic tarot readers in this area, but it's not something that would be so accepted. I wish that it was, but there's a couple of tarot readers in the area where I live, and it's not something that people just walk up to one another and say, "Hi, I'm a tarot reader, nice to meet you." And when I do that, people are like, "Ha, yeah, right. What's your real job?" And what do you say to that? So people don't really associate spirituality readings or spiritual readings or tarot readings as something that's real. They think it's something that's make-believe or fortune telling or something that's, just not something that is actually real. And it is something that's real. And the things that cultivate from that are, to me, a testimony of the connection to a greater universal life force. It's a very spiritual thing to basically connect with someone who's 1,000 miles away or in the same room as me. I don't know them, they don't know me, and through the use of the tarot or any divination tool, you're able to access or unlock a door or a window into their psyche or into their soul. And through the use of divination tools such as the tarot, it enables you, an ordinary person, to do that. And it's very amazing to me, especially in science terms or scientifically. I think there's a great link with science when it comes to divination tools, especially the tarot. And you may also, if you haven't already, branch out, go get oracle decks, try out different oracle decks, try out different divination tools, explore. The tarot has enabled me to explore other divination tools. And when you match another divination tool with another divination tool, it gives you more of a solid validation. So in my private readings, not what you see on YouTube, but in my private readings, I oftentimes use another divination tool to validate what the tarot is saying, not to second guess it, but to validate what I'm getting as information. So it unlocks the secrets or the mysteries, perhaps, of what you can't see physically, but what you can feel or what you sense psychically or spiritually or intuitively. So branch out, explore. You know, in the very early days of doing this, I had a set of runes. That's another great divination tool. I had a set of animal cards. Those are great divination tool. I use different oracle decks. I've gotten into the throwing of dice or cleromancy on the board that I created. I even got into bibliomancy, which is the reading of text through divination. And I've never gone as far as to say in terms of the occult, divination-wise, as using the Ouija board. I am not a big fan of the Ouija board because there are things in this world that I've experienced through opening portals to different doorways of things that you let something in, you don't know what it is. The tarot itself, you can open that doorway to something that's unseen, but it's safe. It's a safer route of divination or the means or purposes of wanting to explore avenues as such. I don't recommend the Ouija board. Stay away from stuff like that. And, you know, even in terms of different spiritual practices, I think Native American traditions have a lot of things that are very similar to what the teachings of the tarot are. Even shamanistic practices, a lot of spirituality or spiritual religions out there, such as paganism, Wicca, are very much tied in with the tarot. Even, you know, certain avenues of different religions, especially in the tradition of the Kabbalah, is very much tied in with the tarot. You wouldn't think that, but it is. I don't have a lot of time to talk about the Kabbalistic teachings, but it's very much tied in with the tarot, which is very interesting. So there's many avenues you can explore. There's many branches of the tarot itself. As I've always stated, the tarot as a tool can stand on its own. But my message is to everyone, explore other avenues. You know, I got into the Lenormand deck, which is an ancient divination tool. Not as ancient as the tarot, but the Lenormand card system. I discovered that a couple of years ago, and I don't know too much about it, but it's very accurate. It's almost scary how accurate it is. The tarot for me is more of a story. It's not as literal as the Lenormand is. The tarot is very symbolic. It's full of symbols. It's full of imagery. And it's something that you don't have to base everything on a book. You can base it on what your mind is telling you, what your intuition is telling you. And it's a great tool to manifest or to create or to rein in your intuition or to really cultivate your psychic tendencies. If you feel that you are psychic, or you feel that you're very intuitive or perceptive about things, the tarot is a great way to discover that. So I'm all about not only predicting, that's the entertainment part, really everybody who tunes in on YouTube each month or each week to watch a reader or to see what the cards have to say for your sign, everybody gets on YouTube to see what's coming up for their future, their predictions of their future. And yes, the tarot is really good for predicting the future, but that's not what it's all about. So it's not solely about prediction. It's a tool to help you in all areas of your life, and it's something that you will have a lifelong relationship with it if you so choose to do. And I had many periods in my life where I didn't read the cards at all because I was too busy in my life. And the cards always showed up for me somehow. They always pulled me back. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I decided that, you know what, I'm going to give this a go again because I enjoy doing it. I love talking about it. I love teaching about it. I love speaking about it. And it brought me here to you to, in terms of teaching you or passing on things that I know about the tarot myself. You will find that you have little rituals for yourself before you do a reading, whether it's for yourself or for other people, whether you light a candle or have little stones. You know, I have, if you go out and get like natural rocks or natural gemstones, you know, I have like a fluorite, and I'll have a crystal, and I think this is blue lace agate. I'll have like these little stones, and you just have like these little things that you do to enhance the ambiance of the setting when you read the cards, especially for yourself. Make it special. Make it a special experience for yourself. Create the setting. Light a candle. Burn some incense. I don't have any incense burning today, but pick your favorite incense, you know, burn some sage, light a candle, create that experience for yourself. Have a little tarot corner in your house somewhere that's just your space. Create your space for yourself. You know, I'm sitting in my kitchen, which half of it is my reading room. So this part of the room is where I sit and do my readings, and I've created that for myself. And make it special for you. And the intent is to have that time where you can sit and ground and center and meditate and say a prayer, light your candle, read the cards for your week, and to continue that journey and to continue that relationship with the tarot or with any other oracle deck or divination tool that you want to explore. It's a beautiful thing that has never let me down, and it's something that at times has surprised me, it's saddened me, it's shocked me, it's made me laugh, and you'll really discover many things about yourself as well as other people. It's entertainment for your friends. Oh my gosh, how can you see that? You know, it's the entertainment value really is what people want in getting a reading, as well as wanting someone to validate how they feel or validate how they're feeling, or to validate what's perhaps going on that they don't really want to take a look at, or validate perhaps what they're not wanting to see or not wanting to face, or what may really be going on. So the entertainment value is really what attracts people. The intrigue of it is really what the the vantage point of YouTube is, the entertainment value. People tune in for that. But it's enabled me to reach you as an audience. So I'm grateful for that as well. So always be respectful to your cards, put them in a special place, and always be respectful to yourself in terms of reading the cards. If you don't feel confident enough to read for other people, don't do it. You don't feel confident enough to read the cards, but you want to start your own business and make money, I would advise against that, because you don't ever want to get into a situation where you're giving advice or giving a reading or giving advice through a reading and it's not accurate, and it can be very upsetting for people. So you need to really treat readings, even practice readings on other people, with much consideration and courtesy and respect. And always, most importantly, that I don't see many readers do, is to have a set of ethics, terms and ethics in terms of readings, and how much you will read for, whether you read for different kinds of issues, different kinds of relationships. That's why I have a terms and ethics page on my page. Through trial and error, I've discovered there's many things that I will not read for, and don't feel bad about that. That's what you're willing to serve to people, and they have to accept that. Don't feel bad about that. You really need to have an ethical way of doing things in your business, so you really need to have boundaries and ethics in terms of what you will read for and what you will not read for. So, with that being said, good luck to everyone. Continued success in your tarot journey. I hope that you have continued relationship with your cards throughout the years. If you ever want to email me or drop me a line about how far you've come with your cards themselves, or different oracle cards you've discovered, or if I have any recommendations, I'd be happy to share those with you. Thank you for everyone who's joined me the last 4 weeks. It's been a lot of fun for me as well. So you've completed your tarot journey. Yay! So congratulations, everyone. Everyone, take care. Thank you so much again. Take care, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.